friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video for you guys. I'm actually going to be giving you a mini life update, just letting you know what's been going on with me. I've had a medical issue happen recently that has prevented me from filming some videos, and so I just wanted to catch you up as I kind of ease back into things. So I'm going to be coloring some images today, and I'm not going to even worry about turning them into a card. I'm just going to be coloring for the fun of it, and maybe I will make a card with these images in a later video. So the images that I'll be coloring today are inspired by this notebook that is my current journal. I journal 3 pages every morning in one of these ringed notebooks, and I like to choose fun ones so that I can kind of go with the mood that I'm in or the season that I'm in, and this is the current one that I am working in. I love these sweet little frogs and the colorful mushrooms and bugs. It just really makes me happy. The strawberries mixed in, it makes me feel, more ready for spring, and so those were the type of images that I wanted to color today. So I've stamped out this sheet of frogs and strawberries and mushrooms and bugs. And these are from some Hello Bluebird stamp sets. They are from Garden Friends, Garden Party, and Strawberry Patch. So I've stamped them on Catherine Pooler Favorite White cardstock with Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. I'll be coloring with my Copic markers, but I'm not going to give any instructions in this video. I'm just going to be chatting with you guys. If you're more interested in Copic instructions, you can check out any of my other videos on YouTube. 99% of my videos have Copic coloring, and I walk you through all the steps. But today we're just gonna sit back and chat. This video is also going up on Memorial Day in the US, and so I just thought that might be a little bit more appropriate for people who have a busy schedule or who want to catch up on the video later on, to just have a more relaxed style. I'll still leave my caps on screen so you can see which colors I'm using, but let's go ahead and jump into the story time. So this all started on Friday, May 9th, which was the weekend before Mother's Day. And I noticed that day as I was getting ready for bed in the evening that my neck was unusually stiff. And that I don't usually have troubles with my neck, and so that was a little bit unusual, but I didn't think too much of it. I got in bed, and that night I could not sleep at all because I could not find a comfortable position. I was just really uncomfortable. My neck was really aching. But again, I just didn't really think much of it. I got up the next morning and I went to work as usual. I did work most of my shift. I actually arranged to leave a little bit early that day because I was heading to my mom's housewarming party. My mother had just moved an hour away, and so her housewarming party was that Saturday. It was also the day before Mother's Day, and so I arranged with a coworker to cover the rest of my shift, and I left 2 hours early and headed to that party. And the whole time that I was at that party, I also had a really hard time turning my neck to the side, either side, but especially the right side was very painful and tender. But again, I still wasn't that concerned about it. I really didn't know what was going on, but I was just, staying busy. It was a busy weekend and lots going on. But that night when I tried to go to bed, I was in excruciating pain. I ended up crying so much that night. I woke my husband up. My husband tried to give me some medication so that I could have some relief and sleep, but it was so painful. I just couldn't sleep at all. It was so bad. Every time I tried to lay down in any way, it was just agony. And even sitting up was painful. I mean, I just couldn't turn my head anymore. It was getting stiffer and stiffer. It was almost as if my neck were paralyzed. I couldn't look up or down or to the left or right. And so the next morning was Sunday. It was Mother's Day, and we had planned to go on a hike, but it was just so painful that we ended up having to cancel our plans. I spent the entire day on our couch because it was the only place in the house that had a high enough back to support my neck. And it was really painful. But Emergicare was not open over the weekend. And so I just had to kind of wait it out. On Monday morning, I got up and I had actually had to call my boss the day before, text my boss, and let her know that I was not going to be able to work on Monday. And so we had to close the whole studio because I work by myself on Mondays and nobody was able to cover. It's a very small studio and nobody else was free. And so I felt so bad about that, but I knew by Monday that something was seriously wrong and I needed to go to the Emergicare. And so that's what I did. My husband took the morning off and he took me to Emergicare and they ran all kinds of tests. They tested me for strep. They did other things and they could not figure anything out, but they did prescribe me some steroids and muscle relaxants and told me that if it didn't improve by the next day to go to the emergency room. And I had been avoiding trying to go to the emergency room because in the States it is very expensive to go and I'm not somebody who quickly runs to the doctor for things. And so, I wanted to go with the least expensive way possible. But by Tuesday, the pills were not helping whatsoever. I was still in so much pain. It was only getting worse. And so my son, Elliot, who you guys may know from his comments here on YouTube, he had to call off work so that he could take me to the emergency room. And we were there all day long. We were there from after breakfast until dinner time. And they did a bunch of other tests. They did blood work. I did a CT scan. It was just like a whole long day. It was also my husband's birthday, which kind of sucked because we didn't get to celebrate. But he was working anyway. He forgot to take it off. So he was working anyway, but still, even in the evening, we weren't able to celebrate. But again, all of the tests came back negative. The CT scan showed no damage, which was great because there wasn't anything more serious wrong, but also frustrating because I still was not getting any relief and not any clearer on how to get better. What they ended up deciding was that it was just a severe muscle strain in my neck, most likely caused from overworking and spending too much time on the computer. As you guys know, I have 3 jobs, and 2 of them, YouTube, both filming and editing, require me to spend a lot of time on the computer or looking down creating. And then my 3rd job is also in the editing and publishing industry, and that is also completely online. So I do spend quite a lot of hours every day on the computer, and I probably don't take quite as many breaks as I should because I just get in the zone and I want to get things done. I want to be done in time to make dinner for my family, and so I just don't take enough breaks most likely. I need to be a little bit better about doing that and just try to cut back on the hours that I'm spending on the computer, which is why I'm trying this different video today, where hopefully it'll be a little bit less work to not create a card, but also a little bit less editing, so less time staring at the computer. thankfully, the new muscle relaxants that they gave me did start working and started to give me a little bit more mobility as the days went on. It's now been about a week and a half since everything started, so I am getting better. I am still quite stiff, but I can turn my head to the left and right most of the way, and also up and down. I can, look up and down without too much strain. I am done with all of the medication. I just finished it all, so hopefully it will just continue to get better on its own now. I may need to book a massage or something else to kind of loosen things up in there as I get a little bit better. So that is why I missed posting a video last Friday. I usually am really strict with myself about not missing an upload, but I actually did film a sit-down chatty video telling you guys what was going on. Even though I hate doing those, I don't like being on camera, like my face being on camera talking to you guys, but I literally couldn't move my head at that point, and so I knew that that was the only way to get a video out to you guys. And I used the photo booth app on my computer because my camera that I use for filming, I can't turn the display. It's only on the back, so I wouldn't be able to see if it was pointed at myself. I wouldn't be able to see if I was actually on screen or not. So I just thought that would be the best way to do it, but for whatever reason, those files would not process. I tried everything I could. I left them uploading for over 24 hours. I tried to Google different solutions and watch videos to try to get those files to process for you guys, but it just wouldn't work. And so I ended up just not being able to post a video. So I put up a little post on the community tab on YouTube to let you guys know. And thankfully, I already had a Lawn Fawn video scheduled for that evening, which goes up on their channel, but they also allow me to post it on my channel. It doesn't get as many views as a video usually on my channel, just because most people do watch it over there, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, so I am, a little bit down this month in income again from missing an upload, which is why I'm usually so strict about maintaining my schedule so that it doesn't mess with the algorithm. But it couldn't be helped, and I had to just let it go because, not everything is in our control. Sometimes things happen, and I just had to let it go. So thankfully, my video for last Monday was already done because anything for Lawn Fawn needs to be turned in advance. And so I had already filmed and edited that and uploaded it before everything happened. So I only had to miss that one video, but I have not filmed a video. This is my first video that I have filmed since this injury because I am not really still able to look down, and at the beginning I really couldn't look down at all, and so I just can't create anything. So that's why I decided to try this style of video today. It's going to be a little bit less work because I'm not actually creating a card, just doing the coloring portion, which is the part that I find the most relaxing. And it should also be a little bit less work to edit because it won't be quite as long as a normal video would be. So hopefully you guys don't mind that, and you're willing to just bear with me a little bit as I continue to heal and get better and get back in the swing of things. But yeah, my videos for a little bit might have to be just a little bit simpler, a little bit easier to film, and a little bit easier to edit, just so that I am not overdoing things and falling back into the problems that I was having. So thank you guys for sticking with me and hearing me out and just letting me update you on what's been going on. If you are somebody who spends a lot of time at a desk job or just a lot of time on your computer, Please do remember to take breaks and give yourself some grace, because you don't want things like this to happen. It's so debilitating when you can't move your head at all. It's crazy how many things you can't do anymore, like drive a car or even chop vegetables or, anything in your daily life. So please do take this as a reminder to just take care of yourselves and give yourselves breaks, give yourselves grace. You are worth it. You deserve it. The people in your life need you and love you and care about you. And we just don't want to have our bodies start breaking down on us because we're pushing ourselves too hard. So I'm going to die cut these images off screen and place them in my little dish on my desk where I keep colored images. And if you'd like me to do a future video using them on a card, just let me know. I would love to hear your responses down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a good one, and I hope you have a happy Memorial Day, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.